explain PACS2 message, you have to explain that diagram, right? End-to-end flow diagram, which I explain you always. In that only you have to explain this as well, PACS2 message. Okay. Now we'll see the structure of this message, how this messages look like. If you go to structure here, again the first part is business application header, which is common for all the messages, so it is ignored by all the messages, it's not getting changed. Come to next part is it's contain FI to FI status report, it's contain group header, plus it contain original group information and status, means it is mentioned PACS8 message. Okay, so which original means which is already message has been sent, that message. So what I can write it down for here is that, okay, let me write it down. Though it is say in our it's contain transaction information and status, but it has some other part also, because unless or until you are sending some payment, what could be the result of that payment, right? So it is FI to FI status report, if at high level. This is the first part of this. Then it contain group header, I will maximize in some time, let me. Then it contain original group information status, means it is contain PACS8 message here, original group information. Then transaction information status, this contain your PACS2 message here. Okay, this is your content PACS2. So there are three parts of this message. It's numbering. Okay, PACS2, right? So PACS2 contain FI to FI payment status report, group header, original group information and status. So here we call as PACS8 message, and this is transaction information and status, this is called your PACS2 message here. Okay, so this is format of your PACS2 message, and this original group information is not mentioned here because it is accepted already that this messages should be there. Okay, that is already agreed here. Right, Harshada, you are there, right? We have just started with learning the basic information of PACS8 message and what are the
Yes.
three important components of PACS8 message. It contain group header, original group information
Yes.
means original message, and transaction information status. So this is the
Hmm.
things which are there in PACS8 message. Okay. Now, so when I said PACS8 message here, so we are on the first screen only. PACS8 group header and transaction information status, but unless and until you are sending a payment, right, there should not be any reply for this. So only when PACS2 will be replied, only when we are sending PACS8 or PACS9 message. In earlier also we have seen in PACS8 message and PACS9 messages also we have seen we are sending payment, then only reply getting sent, either it's a reject reply or accepted reply, any one of that, but reply only sent when you are sending a payment only. Now we'll see the what text mention here. The financial institution to financial institution means FI to FI payment status report message is sent by an instructing agent, means the first bank to the first instructing agent, means the next bank to the previous party in the payment chain. Okay, means previous party in the payment chain by the instructing agent, this one or this one, to the previous party in the chain. Okay, this is pain, this is forget, don't worry on this, we will learn this separately. Currently whenever we are sending payment to the next agent from the instructing agent to instructed agent B, so B will send back the reply back to A. Okay, that is your status report sent by the instructed agent to the previous party in the payment chain. It is used to inform the party about the positive or negative status. So positive, negative. Positive is called acknowledgement, negative is called negative acknowledgement status of the instruction. It is also used report for pending instruction. So pending also will, so there are some pending status as well, we'll see one by one. So normally we have seen this lot of time now, how it is working. There is a debtor on the left hand side, there is a creditor on the right hand side. Between that your payment is moving from A, B, C. Every time is payment moving from left to right, we are sending acknowledgement from the instructed agent to the instructing agent, right? Here also PACS8 will sending, it is getting rejected here. For XYZ reason payment is getting rejected here, and we are sending back this PACS2 reject, PACS2 only here. Okay, so when you are rejecting a payment, the previous party has to be sent PACS4, means you have to send return back the payment. So we are going to learn this as well separate session. But whenever we are cancelling the payment, right, or the payment is getting cancelled in middleware somewhere, we have to return back the payment, right? So there are two types of payment return back, I told you, right? Who can explain me now? Harshada or Karuna, there are two types of PACS4. Can you explain me? I have explained you number of time. There are two types of PACS4 is,
Press
yeah,
mode.
PACS4. In two cases we are generating PACS4 messages. Okay, if you remember, one case is before settlement of payment, another case is after settlement of payment. After settlement of payment required, payment has to be cancelled, KMT 56. I explained the diagram, right? And before settlement of payment, payment getting rejected by number of reason like account number close and all this number of thing, that's thing we are sending back PACS4 message to the previous party. Okay, so there are two types of PACS4 has generated. This is called return and recall. One is called return, another is called recall. Remember anything? I have explained this number of time. No, not able to recall. This one, PACS4 return and PACS4 return recall. Remember now?
Yes.
Okay, don't forget this diagram. I told you this is going to be asked number of times. The thing which I'm discussing with is just a supplementary thing, but for cracking interview, this diagram you have to remember for lifetime for your interview. There are two methods of, because in this particular diagram you are going to explain total 8 to 9 use cases, 8 to 9 different flows you can explain from this diagram. Okay, currently we are learning this flow, but this PACS4 is generated by two methods. One is your return payments, means this account number is closed here. Okay, so you're returning payment back because settlement has not been done. But when the settlement has been done, you are cancelling the payment to recall it. After cancelling by KMT 56, you are generating PACS4, which is the recall now. Okay, keep in mind there are two types of recall. Sorry, return the payment and recall the payment. Anyways, this is PACS8 message and PACS4 is this is. Anyways, we are going to discuss one more time on PACS4. That time also I am going to clear this idea as well to you. Okay, so FI25 status report message is sent by the instructing agent to the previous party in the payment chain. It is used to inform this party about the positive and negative one. Okay, CBPR is restricted the PACS2 to a single transaction. So here also number of transactions should be only one here, right? As we are looking into other things, here also number of transaction is only one in this chain also. So this is your diagram. Where is number of transaction? It's here. Number of transactions should be one here. This is just mentioned, this is numerical value 0 to 1, 1 to 15 digit, but it's mentioned as number of one transaction is one only, so we should not challenge it. All right, anyway, this diagram is not only we have to understand this diagram only, which is more important, not this one as well. We have one use cases also, we are going to study that as well. So as the previous PACS8 and PACS9 message, it also contain message identification, message ID only. Okay, and number of part, the message ID is going to repeat it. This is your PACS2 message. Okay, how it is PACS2 message? It should be a PACS2 message. So this is your PACS2 PACS2 message. Where is PACS2? Yeah, it is mentioned here. See, it is your PACS2 message. Okay, message definition identifier says PACS2 message. In PACS2 message also contain the same thing, message ID, business message ID, which is going to repeat at a number of places. So here also the same thing. It contain message ID also, 35 character limit, which is already there. Empty. If you want to compare the previous message, is reflected in field 20. Right, creation date and time not required. Then, as I told you, in this message we have to show the original payment has been sent. That also we have to mention. So it's called original group information and original mandatory fields like original message ID, original name identification, original creation date. These things of original message you have to mention here. For example, you have to mention the PACS8 details of all the PACS8 message mentioned here, or PACS9 message here. So see here, this is PACS8 has been sent. Is contain message ID. When acknowledge is getting sent, it contains the group header and original group information. The group header is first part. Original group information means is contain the original of the message here said me sent. So if I want to explain you with the proper method here, it's like here. This is the first part, header. Okay, we're going to minimize this header here. So see here, it contain yeah, it's here. It's unable to see fast. This is content original group information, and it is getting close. It's contain the original message ID, original message name, okay, original group information. Okay, so these things, and it's contain original instruction ID, end-to-end ID, UATR, these things, and it's contain what is the transaction status accepted. Okay, so till here this is the original group information is mentioned in this particular field here. Okay, till here it's original group information. Yeah, this is also original only, but we have to mention all the information of the original payment here, which is mentioned here. So we are going to send original ID, original message ID, and transaction ID of the message here. Okay, even the version also we have to mention as per the CBPR guideline. What is the version of the payment? 0.00.8. Okay, so after this we are going to see what is the status report. Means after this we are going to see the status of the payment, what exactly mentioned here. So it's come here. So this is the transaction status. What is now this status? Is says payment accepted, settlement has completed. Okay, like this there are number of transactions. So it contain original instruction ID of PACS8, original end-to-end ID, original UATR, original transaction ID. So these things I just now showed you. These are the original thing of the payment, particular payment has been shared here. Because we are sending PACS2 related to some earlier message, so we have to give reference of that message. So this UATR is exactly same to the original UATR has been sent payment, right? So that should have matched together here. That's why it's contain the original information. It's correlate, right? We have to map the primary key. So this way you can map the primary key, and all things are mandatory here. Original ID, original UATR, original transaction reference is not mandatory, original ID also not mandatory, but these first two parts are mandatory here, which is sent by, which is used in PACS8 message here. Okay, original PACS8 message. Now important part yet to come. We are just discussing now what things are original. So next part is that transaction status. Means now we are come to the important for which this PACS2 has been, PACS2 message has been used. Means it is saying what is the reason for payment is getting accepted. Okay, and acceptance has don't reserve any reason, but if it is getting rejected, there are number of reasons are there one by one. So we are going to see all the reasons. First let me read out text for you. The PACS2 status report transaction status utilize the externalization to the ISO payment transaction status code. This